are these people?
Like, you've been doing action for Assange. You did the billboards for Assange. Okay, so for people who don't know, tell everybody about like that whole campaign, and are you still doing that? Is that still going on?
So Daniel's been doing it in North Carolina. Daniel DeCeter, my dear friend, who is an amazing organizer and activist who doesn't get near the credit that he deserves or recognition that he deserves. He's very kind of quiet behind the scenes. But he's been doing it in North Carolina. I did it here in Columbus for, I don't know, probably about 6 months or so. It was hugely successful. It was last summer-ish. Spring, summer-ish. I'm gonna pick it up again. I think moving into this fall, I really want to get some at least one billboard up around the Ohio State football stadium, the shoe. That's a just massive.
Oh yeah, right by Ohio State.
Of thousands of people. Yes.
Oh, I know where.
So I would love to get a billboard
sports. Yes, I used to be a sports junkie at one point before I got really into politics.
Yeah, I'm not really a sports junkie. I'm a college football junkie, kind of. I've always kind of been since I turned 18. So my dad died and my dad loved Ohio State. And so I didn't really care about football. But then when he died, it was like that weird thing that it kind of makes you, I know it sounds dumb, but it makes you feel close to that person.
It's your link, sure.
So yeah, I mean, it was just something that I kind of picked up on. It just made me feel close to my dad. And I got like really obsessive about it. I've cooled out a lot since I had kids there for a while. I mean, I was a walking, talking like ESPN episode. You know what I mean? Like I knew all of the statistics. I knew the score to every game, and I knew who played what position. And I knew it all. And I can't really, my kids won't allow that kind of time. Plus what I do now, there's no way I'd have enough time to, put that much energy into it. But I still do love watching college football. It's a lot of fun. And it's, it's kind of one of those, I think we all have our vices, those things that we need to like distract us away from this, because it gets very dark and depressing. And that's just one of mine.
Yeah. Reef keeps yelling at me.
I want to pick the billboards back up.
Reef keeps yelling at me that I need to find something away from this. And I can't figure that out because I keep running back to this, and it's just,
I know.
I know, and it's like, hey, let's do another show. Hey, Jesse Jet, what you want to do a new show? Yeah, yes, yeah. I have to start saying like, hey guys, plate's a little bit full right now, like, but it's just so hard because you want to help everybody. You want to do it all. You feel terrible when it's hard, but there's only so much we can all do, and it is.
My kid just yelled at me because today I had my show today from 3 to 6, and then at 6:30 I was on with Compton J and Nick from RBN, and then I'm doing this, and my kid's like, "Dude, you have a lot of shows." Like, yeah, dude, I know.
My kids too.
I can't help it. I mean, I can, but I can't.
I know.
It's when people ask me to do things, I have a really difficult time saying no. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's somebody that wants to talk to me about Julian Assange. Forget it. I can't. I won't say no. I won't say no. If somebody wants to talk about Julian Assange and give it coverage, I'm there. Show me when do I where? When? Tell me when. You know what I mean? Well, so that's hard. Well,
now we know you're hooked, but you better actually do it, or you're gonna have to deal with Misty, and you don't want to have to deal with that, because we see the rough side of Misty, and I've never really seen the rough side of Misty. I just hear about the rough side of Misty because I know better, and there's no reason to.
I'm super mean. I'm not. Like, we were just talking about this.
That's funny. DC, you have this reputation, right? You have this reputation for oh my god, but
I'm not mean. I mean, no. I am kind of, so to certain people.
Yeah, I can you have an edge, and you smell bullshit like immediately, and it's genuine. And if you're not bringing genuine to the table, you're not going to last very long in Misty's circle, and she's going to sniff that out fast. That's just been what I've seen.
Yeah.
But
not
I also
unreasonable, I don't think.
No, but again,
this raging bitch, you know what I mean?
So again, I'm sure, having a daughter on the spectrum, March for Medicare for All, and Medicare for All, healthcare for all is a thing that's near and dear to your heart. Again, for all, not just for people who have children on the spectrum, but services available to all, including special needs, including disabled, including services that aren't being made available right now, exclusionary stuff that's happening. And again, I see you out there fighting for parents. I see you fighting out there, fighting for everyone, for kids, for disabled people, for anyone that, that it's just amazing to see you line up again, kind of like me. It's like, where do you want me? Like, okay, there's a thing, there's a stream, we're going to do an event. We're going to do a 3-day online summit. Okay. What do I need to do? It's awesome. And again, I love that you're there and game for all of that in spite of everything. And like, do you get the kids involved in this at all? Like how involved, how much do they know about like what you do? And
they know a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you saw my tweet the other day. My kid blew me away this past week. She had a social studies project where they're doing like cultural, like, you know what I mean? Just like pick a country and then you have to like do a little presentation about the culture or whatever. And she chose Russia. And she was telling me this after school, and she was like, yeah, we have this project. I had to choose a country. And I'm like, well, what country did you choose? And she's like, Russia. And I instantly was kind of like, oh, oh no. And she was like, yeah. And the other kids in the class were like, why would you choose Russia? And I just told them, listen, you don't know anything about Russia. You just know what the media wants you to know. And I was like, yes, this is my kid. And then she goes on to explain to me, I was blown away. I mean, in 11-year-old words, like she didn't know what the Donbass region was called. She didn't know what the Maidan coup was called. But she was sitting there like describing to me, yeah, but 8 years ago, we overthrew their government, and then they've been killing a bunch of people. Like she like rattling off all these things that I had no idea that she knew. But then I was like, I'm like mind blown. My husband was down like where I am now. We were upstairs, and he was playing video games down here. And I'm like, did you just hear her? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, how do you know all this stuff? And she tells me, because we live in a split level. So I'm on like the ground level, I guess.
Right.
And then there's stairs right there that go up to my living room. And so it's like around a corner. But she said, sometimes when you're on your shows, I'll come and I'll sit on the stairs and listen. And I had no idea she did that. I mean, she's listening to me. But they know. I don't talk to them about stuff too much because that's a lot for kids.
It's heavy stuff. I mean, like, how much do you say, and I don't lie to them. Figure out.
Yeah, I don't lie. I'm very open if they ask questions. My oldest is kind of, she doesn't really care. You know what I mean? It's not her thing. So she doesn't know probably as much. She might surprise me. I don't know. But my youngest is very in tune. Like she's pretty aware. She knows who Julian Assange is. She knows why he's in jail. She knows who Chelsea Manning is. When I got my Jeep a couple years ago, she's the one that decided my Jeep's name is Chelsea, after Chelsea Manning. And that was because my kids said we should name her Chelsea. My 11-year-old especially is very aware. I don't take them to protests or anything like that. Especially my oldest, she has a lot of sensory issues. She can't handle that kind of noise and a crowd and all of that stuff. Glory Jones on a megaphone would not be a good time for her. That would not be a good time for her. But
NATO,
my youngest
right?
is pretty aware.
How do you spell terrorist? NATO.
NATO. How do you spell terrorist?
Shout out to Glory Jones. And you know what? I have to apologize to Glory in advance, because in all the descriptions and everything I wrote, I completely left out Free the Truth. Holy crap. That's yet another
we're kind of
show
not really
that you
doing
do.
That.
Holy shit. Well, because wait a minute. Let's think about this. We've got Action for Assange. Okay. We've got Facts on the Ground. We've got MCSC. We got Bitch with Comrade Misty. We've got TNT Radio. Okay. And so I think that covers all of it. And then also, of course, Free the Truth whenever it decides to come back.
We may bring it back. We
Saturdays.
may move it to MCSC though. I think we're going to move it to MCSC and keep it in-house.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, just starting the TNT thing, that's 15 hours a week, and that's not including all the time it takes to book and prep and research and all of that stuff. So I was just trying to and honestly, I was worried about my voice first starting off, because talking for 15 hours a week may not seem like a lot, but it's a lot. So I was kind of worried about my voice and stuff. But now that I got through DC, and I can kind of get my schedule, kind of calm down a little bit, we'll probably start picking up some of those shows again.
Well, it's not just 15 hours a week. Okay, it's 15 hours a week plus like 6 hours a week of vigils and 3 hours a week of bitch and 2.5 hours a week of facts on the ground, all right, or facts on Friday.
Yeah.
If you do facts on Friday,
some of these shows are
technically facts on Friday is part of facts on the ground. Like I don't even know. The FOTG like is like a channel of different shows of you and Jesse. Sometimes it's you, sometimes it's Jesse. For people who don't know, go sign up for those channels. Amazing. Okay, they're on Rockfin, they're on YouTube. I've got all their links in the description on all the different channels. They do post on Twitter, but only I think like when they go live or when there's a video. I think that's about the only time that I see them.
We're really bad about that.
No, that's okay. And that's something I definitely want to talk to you about at some point is how do we help organize your digital life a little bit better, and we'll work on that, because I again, your bitch channel, like when I go to the homepage of your bitch channel, it says there's no content.
I know. I don't know what happened.
Like no content.
Everybody keeps telling me I need to fix it, and I just don't care enough to fix it. If you go to videos, though.
Yes, if you go to videos, you can find all the stuff. You have to switch tabs, but for the average layperson that doesn't necessarily go to the second tab, we got to make sure that they see what they're supposed to see. There can be a trailer.
It's been that way for ages.
We got to hype up. We got to hype up Misty. Come on. I don't
know about all that.
This is my area of expertise. You know that, and Nico's too. To his credit, and shout out to Nico.
Nico gets really mad.
See?
He gets mad because I don't like my titles are shit, and I'm terrible at self-promotion. Like if you want me to promote like something you're doing or something Reef's doing or something that Nico's doing, I'm the best hype guy ever. But if you want me to hype my own stuff, I don't do that.
Or Robbie Yeager.
It's very I'll hype Robbie all day long.
We got
I need
Earth
to get
Day
a war
coming
Robbie.
up.
I'm trying to get him on TNT, and he's been kind of off the grid for a while.
So MIA. Yep.
Yeah.
We've been shout out to Robbie if you're watching. I sent him a link to the stream. Much love.
We love you, Robbie Receipts.
Yes, Robbie Receipts, one of the best out there. Love that dude.
Yes.
But so bitch just started like literally. I remember you were like, I just want to have a show where I can just have an outlet to complain and talk about whatever I want to talk about, and it's just my show, and that's it. And that's bitch. I was like, that is the perfect name for what you want to do, and that could not be better. So and that started about a year ago,
ish. I don't remember, but that came about really fast. Like that was like within 36 hours of me mentioning it, there was a show.
Wow.
And that was, I mean, we had joked about it for a long time because like the MCSC crew always jokes because I'm really good at making friends. Because I'm mean, like everybody thinks I'm mean. So, it was a thing. And then I was like, I'm going to, because I criticize everybody's favorite politicians. And they were like, you should do a show called Fuck Your Faves with Comrade Misty.
I remember
because
that.
I was just, I was tearing down everybody's favorite politicians, and everybody hated me for years. Like those same people are now also criticizing those politicians, but for years people hated me for doing it. So that was like a whole thing within. It was like an inside joke in the MCSC crew. And then I forget what it was. I was just on Twitter one day joking about it. And then Sleepy Josh was like, who's our tech ninja, who's an amazing tech ninja. I could not do any of the things I've done so far without Sleepy Josh. He's my hero. He's awesome. And he was like, I can do that on Wednesdays at 7. And I'm like, really? You can do it? And this is like on a Monday. And I'm like, okay. And then it was like, well, here's the name, and here's a logo, and okay, we have a show. It was like boom, 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 36 hours. Here's a show. It was very organic and fast, and it's a lot of fun. It's therapy.